Now, further connected with this being a tool using social animal, extending our energy. When I was a child, it was quite common for young boys to have guns, little toy guns, cap guns. We would run around and pretend that we were shooting, that we were cowboys or warriors or soldiers or something. We had toy soldiers. Then later on, this sort of game playing, was then wed or mixed with technology. So children today, both men and women, they have video games where they engage in violent wars and stealing cars and crashing them and all sorts of things, and very exciting. And it seems very innocent that to do these things, to play video games, or harmless. It's a harmless sort of pastime. It doesn't seem to harm anyone. But what has evolved is that you may be far, far, far away, in some place that you would not expect maybe anyone to be, or if they're there, or they're with a horse or something like that. And all of a sudden you hear something. And at first you think, oh my gosh, it must be a hummingbird or sphinx moth or something like that. And you realize it's a drone. Someone's flying a drone, And people take beautiful pictures, and it seems very innocent, very harmless to do this. It's an extension of our senses, extension of what we see, so we can see like an eagle. We can fly through the air. The great dream that people had of flying. Now we can fly. We can see what it's like to fly. But something strange has happened, is that these technologies, these relatively harmless, very, you might call them neutral things. Now they've been linked with the little boy or the little girl that's, shooting his gun. And you read about some school or an oil refinery or something, or a university or whatever it is, exploded with a drone with a bomb. So what we have is a very destructive situation going on, where our basic nature of being a tool-using social animal has been hijacked, has been occupied for this agenda of violence and mechanized war. And this is a terrible situation. Now, the only solution is that we, as people of peace, people of goodwill, need to likewise extend our energy in a peaceful way. As I said, we're tool-using social animals. The tools are ways that we extend our life, our force, our life force. We extend our life force by using these tools. What we need to do is encounter the basic force of the earth, the basic force of the sky, and extend our peaceful, caring, well-being, positive outcome energy. Extend it Because right now, at this time, people are thwarted. They're stunted. They have allowed, through no fault of their own, it seemed very ambiguous and very neutral, these technologies. The automobile, the drone, the airplane, it seemed like a great idea. Wow, we could fly through the air, with the greatest of ease. The flying man on the flying trapeze. And it seems like a wonderful, fantastic thing to do. But we forfeited the extension of our inherent nature, which is peaceful, which is loving, which is kind, which seeks to not only help other people, but help the place thrive and grow. And not the proliferation of a cancer cell, unlimited growth, but development, positive well-being development. And these teachings, I'm calling them Qigong, the vital force, experiencing the vital force, experiencing your own vital force, which is the force of this universe, which is of this multiverse. It's a multiverse, It's not a universe. Uni is a one verse. It's not a one story. It's a many-storied world. It's a multipolar world. So to try to extend the hegemony, the idea of a dominance, the idea of an absolute dominance of power in the world with these technologies is creating a lot of suffering for us, the people here who have become alienated from their own bodies, from their own nature of being tool-using social animals. Good. This is a beautiful way to be. So this beautifulness, this beauty that they have, they cannot extend it because they're hoping, they're praying that the technology will be positive. And the truth is, this technology is not positive. It's not an absolute good. And any technology that divorces us as human beings, as tool-using social animals, from our basic nature is a form of violence. And it's not life-affirming. So that's why we teach the different practices that I call as the Genius World Teacher, and of Qigong, of circulating the vital energy, which I'll be demonstrating in a little bit.